This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to
Welcome to Chicago. It is the TTNL podcast. TTNL. We have live output loud in. So we're going to get and it is a Bears podcast. We're going to talk about Chicago Bears. We want to think it's a wet thing and it's going to be a rough one. It's ugly. It's very going to be ugly. Yeah, definitely be an ugly game. It's going to be lots of essentially, we're looking at a repeat of their training is ugly. Can they come up with a win in these conditions? We see what they can do. We saw the defensive line last week. We see the offense do just enough. There were a couple of passes, a couple of I feel like the past game was as it should be, and I think right now they're really active web football. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, part of it is you got to run out with safety. They did well with that people. They did well stopping the run. So again, coming to this game, it's the same thing. It's the same game. You stop Delta Barrett, you stop their running attack, and you run the football with a very strict and ugly recommendation. So for something, I guess it's kind of similar to. So it's not like it is. Just that. How about jump off, we'll jump back on, give us 2 seconds, we'll fix the audio right now. trying to get it going with things going on. But again, the same game plan applies. You run the football heavy, keep Caleb Williams. I wouldn't want to say limited, but you keep him at bay, right? You don't force him to throw 45 times. You allow him to feel the game, manage the game, and then do that. Is that what times is it back?
Yeah, it is.
Are we in?
We should be.
All right. But like I said, you don't let Alvin Kamara get off. Spencer Rattler doesn't really scare me, although they have some weapons, like it's Kamara, Chris Olave, they have some weapons up there. This is a 1-5 team that is playing pretty scrappy. You know what I mean? They're 1-5, but they could be, maybe 2-3, 2-2. Just
It could be a tough game.
it could be a trap game if you're not prepared to play with elements, if you're not prepared to play against a team that, like I said, if you take them lightly, they'll come out and they'll surprise you. They'll punch you in the face.
Yeah, what I'm looking for is for the Bears to be able to run the ball. Wide receivers can go off block. I'm hoping DJ can help him run the game. But he only had 4 receptions because he was blocking.
Yes.
All the receivers are out there blocking.
Doing it now, I mean, that's
That's what they're supposed to do. So if they're not blocking, they're not doing stuff. So, again, exactly. So we're going to see a lot more of that because it's going to open the passing game down. Because in the whole, this is back pretty great. And we can play one-on-one. And we'll say right now, you can't target taking one. Cards don't take one. We'll see. Kids, that boy can get open.
Yes. We're just gonna put all this stuff.
It's the thunderstorm that's throwing everything off.
All right, can you hear us now?
Get it here.
I just turned everything up.
Everything should be.
All right, let's get back.
All right. So looking at again, I see a little bit more of a passing game today. Traffic conditions to be able to run. Can't hear.
Very sad. I don't know.
Oh my God. All right, go ahead and go ahead and jump on.
Yeah, we will try to fix that. Just a second, but let's go ahead and take a look at the inactives. We got Cairo Santos, the big one that's out. Johnny Walker, we've been hitting like the second. Luke Newman, Case Keenum, Noah Sewell, and Great Jim. Biggest one, I guess, Cairo Santos. Cairo dealing with an injury, Jake will be starting again. I feel like if Cairo doesn't, get healthy real quick, he might be out of a job. Jake Moody did well last week. He had a blocked field goal, but he ended up doing the job and hitting the game winner for us. Hopefully, that is the same Jake Moody we see today in wet, ugly conditions again. Trying to just figure out who is going to kick field goals for the Chicago Bears moving forward is a bit of a question. So I hope that they, figure it out. I hope Jake Moody has a good game. I just don't want to get into a point where it's this one.
This one.
No, this one.
There you go. Put it broadcast.
Okay.
There we
Is this
go.
what's going on? Is that the issue?
That was the issue.
How about that?
Now we should be
Are we
great.
back?
Now we should be great because all connections are good. What happened? It was the camera, the specialized camera, took precedent over the roadcast.
The mic.
It took the mic, so that's why we sounded far. So we apologize again. The thunderstorm threw everything off.
Guys.
Blame it on the thunderstorm.
Yeah, blame it on the thunderstorm. But
Yeah.
So again, Cairo Santos, a big miss. Like I said, is his job in jeopardy? I mean, I know
it is.
It sucks that he's injured, and we have to talk about that. But I mean, people have been clamoring for a new kicker for a while now.
And now you got one. So let's see what you guys are asking for. Again, he's coming from San Francisco where he struggled mightily. And again, the conditions at Soldier Field are going to be a little bit more treacherous because of the wind, because of the rain, because of the field. We know what the field is at Soldier Field. It's really bad. It's handled by the Park District. That's why.
It's gotten better. It's gotten better, but it's still. We remember that monsoon game where they had to throw sand on the field. So it's like, it's gotten a little better.
From Lake Michigan, just get a bunch of dump trucks and just put it in there.
It from the beach.
Yeah. So again, and to your point, is his job in jeopardy? If he has a good game, Cairo Santos might sit on the IR the rest of the season because you stash him, you don't release him, you stash him in IR and say, hey boy, get your hamstring or whatever the issue is, your groin, your leg, whatever the issue is that you got going on, it's got to be fixed for you get it to 100%. Again, he is the most accurate kicker that we've had in a while. So is it from 40 yards and in? Yes. But at the same time, we need a kicker that can be able to kick 50-yarders without any issues, with ease. So we're looking for that. The kicking game should be okay. Again, for me, it's going to be the passing game and how you expound on that, because if everybody's just getting 4 receptions, they're going to sit on the in front of the O-line and try to stop the run.
Yeah. I just, to me, again, it's just a balance. It's just a balance. I don't think the Bears are going to go out there and, like I said, throw for 50 times. I think it's going to be what we saw last week. Can the offensive line continue to get that push, with Theo Benedict being in there, with Darnell Wright?
He had a clean game. Yeah, last week he had a clean game.
No, Theo Benedict, like, even Ben Johnson said it. He doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to protect Theo. Like that's so relieving for a head coach, where you don't have to scheme your play to protect your left tackle because he can't do the job. Like that has to be liberating for a coach, because now you could do things freely without having to worry about a guy that, like I said, that can't get the job done. So Theo's been doing great. Darnell Wright had a great week, great week last week. I want to see that continue. My biggest thing is, can they find a balance with Monangai and with DeAndre Swift, where you could have this dual threat? Because we've been seeing a little bit more of Monangai lately. I want to see more of him. And then, once you add him into the mix with his power running, you got a dual threat. Now you have balance. Yeah,
and exactly what the Bears need is balance. A bruiser to go up the middle, get them 3-4 yards, and then you could put Swift out, simple pass on the outside, those little dink and dunks where he can use his speed and agility to get past the linebacker section. So in my opinion, we've got to get that running game going and be able to stop the run. We said this last week and the week before that and the week before that. It's a staple. We have to be able to run the ball, which is going to open the play action. It's going to open the deep threat. It's just a domino effect, and we have to be able to stick to our game plan and don't let that defense dictate what we do.
Yeah, for our defense, like, just thinking about, you don't have Ruben Hippolyte, you don't have Noah Sewell, your 2 backups, so you're going to have 2 linebackers out there pretty much in there all game, unless you're going to be rotating them in with some other guys that you elevated from the practice squad or whatnot. But with the inactives that we have at linebacker, 2 backups, it's going to be tough for Edwards and for Edmonds to be in there continuously all day, taking some punishment. So hopefully the Bears are, the front 4 is stout and they're able to stop the run themselves instead of, allowing big chunk gains that we've seen prior to Washington. But even in Washington, they still had a little bit, some chunk gains that were there. It's not as much as it was the first 4 weeks, but it was still present. Hopefully they can stop that.
What I really hope is they can get to the quarterback, because that's gonna literally dictate what we're doing on defense. Because we can get to the quarterback and put that pressure on him. Guess what? We can get more interceptions, and I love interceptions.
And to be honest with you, if we could jump on this team quick and we could force the Saints to start passing and become one-dimensional with Spencer Rattler, I think this game could get out of hand. So for the in favor of the Bears. So if they could rattle Rattler and they could get to him continuously, I could see him forcing the ball, making some turnovers, and allowing the Bears defense to continue to do what they do. So, one of the other questions we had is are they going to do that? And I think that is the game plan for them to continue to be taking the ball away multiple times a game. You force Rattler, you force his hand, and, from there you make plays.
Yeah, again, we keep talking about put pressure on these quarterbacks. Rattler's not Jaden Daniels. And I think they can get to him. They can rattle him. And again, we're going to see Dennis Allen playing against his former team, the team that fired him. So he's going to, and as much you can say, he's not going to be fired up for it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's your first revenge game. If you play him again afterwards, it's like whatever. But that first game, it's literally going to be like, I'm going to scheme up some crazy shit. And I'm going to take out this crappy quarterback, because in my opinion, he's a crappy quarterback. He's not. I'm not saying like not crappy, but he's not the elite. He's not an elite quarterback.
He's not a guy that's going to beat you.
No, he's not going to beat you. Also, don't let him beat you.
That's the problem. Like, you can let him beat you, But if you're playing the way you're supposed to be playing, you're doing your job, he won't beat you.
Do not let him have a clean pocket. Have a hand in his face. Make sure that you have a presence that, after he throws a pass, you're right there letting him know, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm going to take you out. You talk about all the inactives? We got Grady Jarrett, Cairo Santos.
Mm-hmm. Grady Jarrett's that's another one that worries me. It's like you sign this guy, not a big contract, but you're overpaid for him because that's what you do in free agency.
Right.
But it's like you want him to be present on the field, not only the locker room. I know he's a presence in the locker room, a vocal leader, he's a captain, but I need to see him on the football field. Great week last week from Dexter and the defensive line, but with Grady Jarrett out there, we could be even better. So I need to see some more Grady Jarrett. I hope he gets healthy. Just and once he does, this defensive line could take another step. But yeah, I'm disappointed just because he's not there. Not in the player, but just because he's injured and it sucks with him out there.
We definitely do. Let's focus a little bit on the offensive game. Looking at Caleb Williams, what are we looking for Caleb to do? Because I feel like he missed some deep threats when he was just literally trying to like not turn it over. Yeah, is that something that's a problem, that he's just trying not to turn it over?
No, because if he were to have forced some balls, let's say he throws a pick last week, right? We lose the game.
Yes.
Any turnover, we lose that football game.
Okay.
And he didn't turn the ball over, right? No fumbles.
No fumbles.
No
interceptions.
No interceptions. That's what you want your quarterback. A young quarterback knows how to protect the football, and people are crucifying him for it.
Right.
Oh, he's got to take more shots. No. The shots will come when the team starts to grow, when the offense starts to grow. The shots will come. He took a shot last week. Yeah, did he throw it up in double coverage? Yeah, but Roma Dunze is like 6'4", 6'5", and could go up and get it.
Yeah.
And like those are the things he miss passes, yes, but he takes care of the football. He leads you on drives that put you up late in games. Like it's something that irks me. I know people want to see the stats and want to see him throw 400 or 500 yards each game, but it's like, hey man, if he throws 25 times for 220 yards and the Bears win, do you really give a fuck?
I'm good with 220. I'm good with 220.
222 touchdowns, no interceptions. The Bears win. Do you care?
No, that for me, that's a perfect recipe for a winning season. I know people. I'm just saying what people were saying on the internet, and let me tell you right now, Justin took shots. You had Trubisky take shots, and look how that turned out. Like, you're just throwing the ball up to see if your receiver can go get it with, throwing off your back foot or bad footwork. We're not seeing the bad footwork anymore. We're not seeing the antsy Caleb Williams anymore. Mm-hmm. We're seeing him look at the play that's in front of him, looking at the defense and making adjustments.
Yeah.
And that's what you want from a quarterback. Again, it's his first year with Ben Johnson, second year overall. He is still learning. He's under 25 games still. So it's going to still be a learning process. Okay. You can, and this came up too, and I know this is probably talking about the Cowboys, but because Troy Aikman was talking crap, right? Yeah. He was very critical of Caleb Williams.
He was overly biased.
Yeah. And not so much of the Washington Commanders. But if you look at the numbers within the first 2 years, Caleb has better numbers than Troy Aikman. So you know what, Troy? Go eat a fucking Popeye's biscuit that's overcooked.
Right. It's all the matter. Troy didn't win those Super Bowls until the Cowboys got good, right? Until they started building that team, right?
Yes.
Because those Cowboys teams, the first couple of years,
that and cocaine,
they were not good.
That and cocaine. Yeah.
But they weren't good. They weren't good until they started building an offensive line, finding a running back, building a defense.
That tight end. Oh my God, that makes such
you know what I'm saying? These are the things that teams that are growing need to do, and this team right now is taking those steps. They are making sure that they make adjustments. They're making sure that if they have an issue as far as personnel, they fix that issue. They don't go ahead and sit there and allow this the mistakes to happen and continue to happen.
We just had a person fall.
Oh, is she all right?
Yeah, it looks. I don't know. She's crying.
Okay.
Well,
hopefully she's
okay.
Yeah.
What we're looking for again, I want to see Loveland get more receptions. Stretch the field a little bit more. That way, the wide receivers have their ability to go down the field. Right. If he can sit in the middle, right past the linebackers, him and Cole Kmet, I need them to be a bigger part of the game. Not only in catching, but in pass and in blocking. I know that use Cole Kmet for blocking, but they've got to be part of the game to open up the offense on the passing side.
Yeah, and I think it's crucial that you get Loveland going. Top 10 pick. We've been criticizing him a lot because he hasn't been out there. You know, he got hurt the one game, but the first couple of weeks they weren't even using him. We've seen some nice catches last week. He had a bullshit penalty that would have negated a good play.
Mhm.
I feel like this is a game where he can be a target, right? Like you have 4 wide receivers really that can do a hell of a job for you out there, that could take it to the house. And you got these guys that are probably going to be overlooked. I feel that might be overlooked, right? So Loveland could have a big game. Cole Kmet, just keep doing what Cole Kmet's doing right now. He's had mistakes, yeah, but as long as he can limit his mistakes, Cole Kmet, he'll be all right.
He's always been.
He's not. To me, he's not the greatest tight end. Like,
he's just solid. He's just solid.
He's okay.
Does he drop a lot of passes?
Yes.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, there's a lot of passes that he should be. If again, in the rule of the neighborhood, right? If it hits your hand, you should have caught that. Right. So him and Ozzy, should be. That was that one play last week where he sat in the middle and Caleb kind of threw him to keep running.
Yeah, but then Ozzy misses a pass that would have went for 65 yards, or if not a touchdown.
Right.
So it's, again, getting on the same page where this shit happens every week. Every quarterback misses a throw. Every wide receiver drops a pass. But limiting those mistakes is the key. So go out there. I know it's going to be wet, rainy conditions again, so you got to be prepared.
Still on the offensive side, DeAndre Swift again. Are we expecting him to have a bigger workload? Are we expecting him to get 80 yards, 120 yards? What are we expecting?
I expect that a good. I won't even say what I expect. What I want is a good mix, right? Again, I need to see more Monning guy. And if Swift continues to run like he did last week, where it's a one cut, no dancing around, no trying to figure out where to go, and it's one cut up the field.
He keeps cutting to the wrong side.
Yeah, he does. Like he does sometimes. But if you have the holes, if the offensive line provides the holes that they had last week,
yes,
and he one cuts and hits the hole, he'll have a solid game. I could see 75 plus yards. I want Monning guy I hope he hits 50. Right.
Well, I know why you want him to hit 50, but
no, I want him to hit 50 regardless. Like I need to see more of him. I need to see more touches from him. There needs to be a balance because DeAndre Swift he's not that workhorse back. Like you need to mix it up, and then I feel like DeAndre Swift later in the game will have that explosion still. You know what I'm saying? He had explosion in the last game, but I feel like he could have even more going into later in the game. And plus, it takes a load off of him. He doesn't have to get pounded into the ground, 15, 20 times a game. Like he's not built like that.
No, he's not that running back. With what was I going to go with? No, I'm blanking right now just because of the incident just happened. It sucked. Are we going to see wide receivers still continue to be in the backfield? I don't see DJ Moore doing it this week, but can we see Ozzy or Adunze trying to take that role?
I could see a mix.
I would maybe even Devin Duvernay, who returns punts for us.
Yeah, it was like, maybe not Duvernay. I don't want Duvernay in there. I don't even think Duvernay should be on the team.
Well, he returns our kicks and punts.
So does Luther Burden. So who do you want? Devin Duvernay out there all the time, or you want Luther Burden getting more touches and growing?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to see Luther.
That's where I'm at. Like I don't really care for a Devin Duvernay. He doesn't really do it for me. But again, when we talk about like what to expect, I expect a ground attack, right? I expect them to continue with that theme. Mm-hmm. I expect this middle of the offensive line to become lethal, right? Jackson has been he's been a disappointment in my eyes, but if he can have a great game today, the middle of and those 3 guys that we brought in, the middle of that offensive line can have a great game with the ends doing what they've done last week. I could see this team running over the Saints, right? I could really see this team running over the Saints, but again, we've seen the Bears, right? Ben Johnson gives me hope. I just want to continue to see it. Like, just continue to show me. I'm in show me mode.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I could believe it all I want.
yeah,
You know
we're
what
in
I'm
show me
saying?
mode
But,
because we've got to see the progression.
yeah,
Every
it's
game
like,
we
show
want to
me
see you
every
get
week.
better. Yes,
Exactly.
You,
Show
you're
me every week.
yeah, every week you're starting all over. All right, cool. You set your expectations a little bit higher. I need you to meet them or exceed them on a week-to-week basis because you're that offensive mastermind that did that in Detroit. We want that in Chicago. So, it's going to be a struggle with this rain. It's supposed to let up at kickoff time, so the tarp is still on. Hopefully the field is pretty dry as possible. Maybe they don't have to use the sand again from Lake Michigan, but they're definitely going to be playing in some wet conditions. You're probably going to have that misty, crappy.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
That's just so annoying because you can't.
Walking up, like you're walking up, you're walking through the park and shit, just right in your face, stop. And then once you get into the stadium, it's even worse.
Yeah, because it's just swirling. It's just swirling. It just stays over there. We're looking at what can we do to stop some of the New Orleans Saints roster. You hit it a little bit earlier with Chris Olave and
Dalvin
Kamara, right? Those are the two major guys. Can we stop that run and can we stop that pass?
Well, I mean, like, again, just make them one-dimensional. I think the secondary has been doing good. Tyreek Stevenson has played a good game last week. The safeties Byard and Brisker had a good game last week. Again, if you can get to Spencer Rattler, everything else will take care of itself. Because once you get into his head, he will make some mistakes, but you have to continue to put some pressure on him throughout the game. It can't just be like one half or one quarter you're putting pressure on him. It's got to be consistent, and you'll get those mistakes. You'll get those errant throws. You'll get maybe a fumble with the wet conditions. More pressure, the better. I see Dennis Allen continuing to dial up blitzes, to generate pressure. Again, it's just that. Put Spencer Rattler in a vice. Make sure that he's not comfortable. Make sure his feet aren't settled. And I guess I see the Bears winning this ball game. Those are the keys. Like, that's it. Put pressure on Rattler. Run the football like you did, control the clock, and stop Alvin Kamara. Yeah,
and I completely agree with you. Stopping Alvin Kamara is going to be key because of his explosiveness. So you also have a playmaker in Taysom Hill, who is a wild card, right? He can play quarterback, receiver, tight end. He plays a little bit of everything. So definitely look out for some of those trick plays with Taysom Hill, especially around the goal line, right? That's where they like to use him and put him in different positions.
Right.
Again, they have a jack of all trades in Taysom Hill. Hey, how you doing? And definitely it's going to be, again, we have Cooks, we have Hill, you have Alvin Kamara, you got Chris Olave. They have some players on offense. It's going to be up to the defense to be able to play up to expectations. Again, I don't want to see our linebackers playing one-on-one with some of these guys because they are speedsters.
Yeah, and Taysom Hill is probably the biggest one. He could probably take advantage of the linebackers. I could definitely see that. But again, the way that Edmonds has been playing, the way that TJ Edwards has been playing for like 2 years, it gives me confidence that they'll be all right. But again, if it's a no pressure game, if Spencer Rattler's sitting in the pocket, he will pick you apart. He can pick you apart. I mean, any quarterback
in the NFL, yes,
will pick you apart. So again, if we've seen this next step from the Bears last week, I want to continue to see us taking steps forward.
Let's take some comments off the YouTube, StreamYard, all these channels that we got going on. We got a lot of comments. I know. Thank you, everybody, with your patience with the audio technical issue that we had earlier, but we got it fixed and we're rolling. It is going to be moist conditions. I know some people hate the word moist, so I'm going to emphasize it.
There we go. Are we going to be doing this? More of these? Yes, I will be. We will be doing more of these throughout the year.
Yeah, we got 2 more here, and then we're going to be moving to a brewery in November. It's Casa Humilde in Forest Park. We'll be over there, so a little bit just down the street from here, and then we'll be back in the city for a couple, and then super up north in the city for another couple games. So we'll keep you guys posted on everywhere we're at. Again, we are going to be here for 2 more games, so this game and November 2nd.
Yes, I am on the moon.
You're on the moon. That's because of the audio, because the camera picked up the audio.
Yeah, that's all right. But I had to smoke earlier, so.
I was trying to keep it PG.
Yeah, not really questions, just more comments. But yeah, moist conditions out there. Again, the Bears are running into have a schedule where they can take advantage of some teams that are beat up. It starts right here, right? It starts right here. The Bears can seriously
Go on
decide their fate
Mhm.
within these next few weeks, like within this next month of games. The Bears can, become the team that we all want them to be, or they can, continue, they could, meddle and just be 50-50. And that's would probably end up being where I would think most people would have thought they would be prior to the season. But if this team has a winning record going into like week 8, I mean, then I could see them really starting to make a run. Maybe their confidence builds enough to where they're able to, in the second half of the season, take advantage of some mistakes that better teams make, and maybe beat some of the better teams that are under schedule, like the Lions, like the Vikings,
like the
Ravens. Well, if the Ravens don't have Lamar, I think they're in trouble.
I mean, Lamar's 2 weeks away, and the hamstrings are iffy. They're finicky.
Exactly.
He won't be able to run.
He won't be able to run. He won't be able to evade as well. So, again, the Bears are primed to make a run here. It starts today against New Orleans. Don't overlook this team.
No.
Don't overlook this team, or they'll take advantage of you. But the thing that I like the most about Ben Johnson is that he's pretty much an open book. Like, he's not going to tell you everything, but he pretty much gives you exactly what you want to hear without
there's no fluff
disparaging his teammate.
No, he's not going to throw his team under the bus. He's not throwing no fluff.
Exactly. So when he comes out here and he's talking about this team, like, he believes that this team can take a step right here inside this season, and not just, oh yeah, we're building up for next season. No, he thinks this team can do it right now with the personnel that they have. Now, can they win the Super Bowl? I don't think so. But that's neither here nor there. If you could take a team with personnel that's lacking and find a way to win, what would you do with a team that's built ready to go?
When he has the ability to draft his own players according to his scheme. Again, there's a lot of holes. Let's just not be, let's not sugarcoat it. There is some holes on the Bears team, and there's some guys that have not been playing because of injury and have not been playing up to their contracts. Mr. Sweat. Yeah. Definitely. And then we still have the trade deadline, and we know how our GM is very, very aggressive. Now, it's not always panned out, but he is very aggressive on the trade deadline. Can we see another trade? Are we going to go and ask the Bengals for TJ? I mean, we would have to move some money around. I know we could probably afford him with what already he's been paid.
You're talking about Hendricks?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was it Hendricks? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hendricks. Hendrickson.
There you go.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like to see a
splash
if they're in position, right? If they win the next, when's the trade deadline? Week 7, right?
I believe it's week 7. I'll pull it up for you.
6 or 7. If they win the next 2 games, I could see them talking to people, right? I could see them talking to people. A Tennessee who's struggling, maybe a couple other teams that are at the bottom right now that probably aren't going to, make a push for the playoffs. I could see that happening.
So
but the thing is, winning. It's about winning. If you don't win, there shouldn't be any trade. There shouldn't be, because now you're. If
you're not winning, then you're
wasting draft cap.
There's no
that you'll potentially need if you're losing.
If you're losing, you should be a seller.
Right.
Your trade deadline is November 4th, Tuesday, November. So right after the Bengals. So the Bengals, if they keep losing,
right,
then you can be like, Trey Henderson.
Joe Flacco looked fantastic.
Oh man, he looked and they have a crappy O-line.
Right.
And he looked great.
Yeah, he looked fantastic. So I don't know. Maybe the Bengals don't lose out, but again, there are teams out there that have potential pieces that you could trade for that might help you out, and especially in the pass rush. I think the key would be, a lot of people talk to running back. I'm like pass rush. You find pass rush, and if you're gonna just allow Manning guy and allow Sweat to be the guys, then so be it. But pass rush would be the thing that I would be looking for at the trade deadline if they went there.
It definitely has to be pass rush because you already have enough toys on offense that you don't even use to the fullest. So definitely you have to go and apply more pressure on the defense, for defense to get to the quarterback, and that's something we are lacking. We're lacking sacks. We're lacking, stripping the quarterback. We're lacking that let me get in your face attitude that the Bears usually do. We're a running team and a defensive team. We're neither one of those right now.
Right. It's finding the identity for the Bears is the key, right? So, like for me, their identity right now, grinders and fighters.
Yep.
Like that's what I need your mindset to be. All of them.
These kids can play.
The kids can play. I hate that. The kids can play socks. But like serious, like they need to have that mentality throughout. And again, a lot of these guys won't be there. A lot of these guys won't be here. Well, not a lot of them, but some guys won't be here next year and moving forward. But if you if you could get that mentality, if the coach can drive that mentality out of guys, then we got the right guy. And moving forward, we'll be okay with the personnel that they start bringing in. And again, I see a lot of growth with this team from the 2 weeks, the two bad losses from against the Vikings and the Lions.
The Lions one was the best one.
I seen tremendous growth, and it starts with your head coach. The head coach did not, he said we didn't blink. He didn't blink. You lost 2 games in a row. He didn't blink. You know what I'm saying? Like he continued to fight, continued to progress. He wasn't giving you bullshit like you were hearing last year with Eberflus, or the last 4 years with
who might get fired
after losses, right? Who might get fired from the Dallas Cowboys. You didn't hear excuses. You hear the truth, and you hear what they need to do to get that better. And then you see it. You see it after a bye week where we struggled for like 14 fucking years to win after a bye week.
Right.
He does it. Plus, he goes ahead and makes adjustments to the running game. The defense makes adjustments, and we look great. So, again, I'm glad we have this coach. I'm glad we're heading in the direction that we're headed. Is it finished? No, it's not finished. But this coach is a fighter. He's a grinder, and that's what the team is.
I think he's a really good communicator as well because the players say, well, he's super he doesn't crack a smile during practice, and he's yelling at me, and then I come to the sideline and he cracks a joke. You're like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
Like this guy is psycho. Yeah, he is. I feel like he's like a Tom Thibodeau of football, right? Because he's just all about football, and then out of nowhere he's gonna crack a joke and a smile, and you're like, where did this come from? Who are you, dude? So again, you've seen what the locker room looks like after they win, and it's not that fluff. These players are behind him, will run through a wall for him already in year one. So it's going to be a culture change that's establishing what it's going to be going forward.
Ray, the weather's, I guess the rain has stopped, but it's still potential for it later on, I guess.
Yeah, it's the lakefront. You don't know what's going to happen out there. The other storyline is that the Bears have not beat the Saints in 8 tries or something like that.
Yeah. I think we're due, huh?
Yeah,
I think we're due. They said, I think somebody said it was since the Bush administration we haven't beat the Saints. Oh crap!
Oh my God!
Wow, man, that's a wild stat. We're due, and I think today is going to be the day for the Bears. We got about 10 minutes left with you guys before we want to get you guys a little break before the game to get some beer, take a,
we're going to get some wings,
drop a deuce, do whatever you got to do.
We're going to definitely get some wings.
We're definitely doing a thing down here. But before we go ahead and wrap things up, let's go ahead and jump into the keys. Let's get into the scores and then our player or players of the game. We only get 2.
You only get 2?
Only get 2.
All right. So we're going to do score, right? I'm going to go 28-20 Bears. I think this is going to be a convincing win. I'm going to see Caleb do what he does, keeping the ball protected. I want to see Rome and I want to see DJ get a little bit more receptions. I'm looking for 6 receptions apiece. And let's see, player of the game, I'm going to go with Rome.
I'm
going to go with Rome. And then I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go with Brisker with an interception.
Okay, Roman Brisker. Yeah. Yes. And then I know if you guys are betting, I'm gonna take the Bears. They're -3.5.
I'll take them. I'll take that spread.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears, of course. I'll take the Bears 32-17. I think that's what I said on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 32-17. I got Caleb over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Ooh.
300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
The Caleb game?
Yeah, I think Caleb opens up. I think it does it, even in wet conditions. Like I feel like he's due. He's ready. He should be. This is a week that he could find, those big stats that everybody's looking for.
You can have a Trubisky game,
right? Even with the weather, we saw him make some great passes last week. In wet conditions, and it was raining consistently throughout that game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking for Caleb to have a big game, 300 yards plus with 3 touchdowns.
Okay, that's your one. Who's your other one?
Defensive side.
Yeah. He's gonna go with Edwards.
I'm gonna go. No. I'm gonna go with who's the guy we drafted, the defensive tackle. Oh my gosh, Stewart. Is it Shamar? No, it's not Shamar Stewart.
Not
It's
Shamar Stewart.
Geez, I forget his name. The rookie.
The rookie.
Yeah.
Oh, where?
I don't know. You got to go to the roster depth chart. I got to forget
depth
his
chart.
fucking name.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Turner. Thank you, Jamar Turner.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Zayas. Thank you, Dr. Zayas. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. He played well last week. They moved him to end.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a polished defensive end? No, but I know that Dennis Allen likes those bigger ends, right?
Okay.
I think he could. Let's see what he does. I think he's getting an opportunity. He looked pretty good, playing last. He didn't look like he was out of place or out of position or just the game was too big for him.
Okay.
Let's see what he does this week. I think he can make a splash as a rookie. He played with an edge. I think a sack and 5 tackles. Smart Turner.
A Bears win on this ugly rainy day at Soldier Field. Everybody gets to go home at 4:00 and enjoy the rest of the Sunday and the rest of the week with a Bears win. And we know what Chicago looks like and feels like after a Bears win. So keep it here with True Chicago Sports Fans and TTNL. We will be back for the halftime show and the postgame show. So
yeah, and make sure on TTNL Patrons halftime show with Phil and Shayne will be on the patron side, and of course after the game BHL as always for Bears Saints. Are you gonna say something else? Are we just gonna?
No. We'll see you at half. We'll see you at halftime.
Halftime, guys. Bear down.
Bear down, baby. I was waiting.